I think we're live. Well, hi, Milbillie. It's been a while since I've had a chat with you live. How's it going? I've been following one or two of your videos.
So just
Well, yeah, I was going to say the one about writing to Stephen Avery.
yeah,
As we wait for the appeals court to do something. Um, I mean, this whole having to wait. That it is problematic, I find, because people then are distracted by what the true goal of our advocacy is, and there tends to be a little bit of drama in the background.
mm,
Not helped, of course, by what you were telling me that on Steve's birthday there was this fake tweet. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
yeah. Somebody put a fake tweet out as Kathleen Zellner tweeting saying that Steven has been under a bunch of pressure, and after losing his mother, he was found lifeless in his cell. Some shit.
I think I mean, that's pretty sick, isn't it? I mean, if somebody thinks that's witty or funny, uh, you know, that's the sort of thing I wouldn't put past Ken Kratz. But of course, if something like that had really happened, I don't think Kathleen Zellner would have disseminated that information in a tweet. I don't think she would have done that. And as you say, you just check on the real Kathleen Zellner Twitter account. You'll never find it. You'll never find that, as you say.
Well, I got a phone call at work. It was like 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Like, is it true? I said, "Was what true?"
Yeah.
He was like, Steven was found dead in his cell. I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, it was bullshit.
Yeah. 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 Um, I mean, I'm trying to think when was the last time we did do a live chat together. I think it would have been round about that weekend of the Keep Talking Till They're Walking.
Yep.
Yep. What have you been up to since then?
Just trying to get my life in order, basically.
Yep. Yep. And how is the COVID situation over there in Milwaukee?
Yeah, I don't wear a mask anymore.
No.
No.
Have you had your two Jags?
Nope, not doing it.
No. All right. I've had both of mine. The first one, no reaction at all, really, apart from 6 hours of feeling a little bit. I don't know, just a feeling a little bit achy. But the second Jag I had, it knocked me out for a couple of days.
Well, I think I had COVID back in 2020.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I was sick as a dog. I couldn't even go see my kids because I didn't want to get sick.
Yeah. No, it sounds like you've already had it. So I mean, you're already protected, aren't you? Because that's what the whole idea of the vaccination is. Is to give you a mild dose of it so that you're protected.
Yeah.
So are things more or less back to normal?
Yeah, stadiums are open, full capacity. Yeah, like the Bucks are in the playoffs. They're probably going to lose. My money's on the Hawks. And full capacity in stadiums.
Yeah, I was going to say the Milwaukee, is it the basketball team, have done very well this year.
Yeah, they're in the finals. They're down 2-1.
All right.
I don't see them winning.
No.
They have to win in Phoenix, and they played them twice this year. They've won both times, lost both times by 1 point.
Oh, never.
And
Well,
they haven't won in Phoenix in like over a long period of time, a couple of decades.
as I say, I did notice your smart new beanie on on a little video you did. Just to encourage people to, as Kathleen Zellner pointed out, to write to Steve at the moment, because it is, we are in a bit of a lull, but we've had these lulls before, haven't we?
Well, it hasn't even been 3 months since the last filing, so.
Mm-hmm. But there are some people that would like to see things move quicker.
Mm-hmm.
There are those that would love to see a bit of a witch hunt against various people. Not least Barb. I think Barb comes in for a lot of criticism. I don't know if it's all deserved. I wonder what your thoughts are on.
In my opinion, it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
I just think that, just to blankly say, nothing to do with the family.
I'll say this.
Sure.
99% of the people I hear that base their opinion on anybody is based on what they've seen in a documentary. Nobody knows these people.
Yeah.
Select few people in this community have met these people and know these people on a first name basis. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I found it.
And you can also take that towards law enforcement too, because you're basing your opinion on what you've seen in a documentary.
Yeah,
and that's why Andrew Colburn has his lawsuit.
I was going to say, it's. Have I got this right as far as Andrew Colburn is concerned? It's back with Judge Ludwig, and there was some issue with the statute of limitations that means that he can't quote from Series 1. Is that right?
I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. Which, to me, although there will be people out there that will be sort of, rubbing their hands in glee that, that this statute of limitations has applied, I would have liked, if I would like to see, Colburn and Mike Griesbach get up in front of a judge and actually go through what it is that they're complaining about.
Well, he brought out instances that happened in season 2, and I believe they're accepting those, and he's using things that happened in season 1 as more evidence of what he's claiming. But I don't know. Either they come to an agreement on this hearing on the end of the month, and it's either going to go to a jury trial, or who knows?
I'm going to say, will it be a jury trial? That would be awesome for us making a murderer, Steve Brendan and Teresa supporters, because there are questions that could hopefully crop up that Andy Colburn is then going to have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did get a message from Crockett, and Mary has mentioned this. It's crazy on Facebook. Earl saying Steve is guilty. I started to watch a couple of minutes of a video. Pretty bizarre video. The foreign sounding person that did the video, he's done one about me where he complained about the fact that when I have a chat with Pete, we have a conversation about so many things, and it's like, I should be harassing Pete over getting Bobby to admit to something, all I can say to that YouTube channel is invite Pete on yourself and put whatever questions you want to him. If he wants to come and have a chat with you, he'll do that. He's a nice fella. But other than that, let's see what that wizard. See what Ian Jury has to say. Earl's outburst is very sad. To see him around on his brother in this way is terrible. Laura's deserved a greater level of dignity than to have her last distressing moments plastered on social media. Absolutely. And I just feel that it's the stress of the situation with there's nothing that Steve can do, is there? You know, he's sat in a jail cell. He can't be there to help. You know, when do we know how long ago Dolores was first admitted to this care home?
A while ago.
I think it's been several months, I would say. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I don't know about you, but my concern now is, you know, Dolores. It was Bob that actually pointed out that she was 83. You know, which means Alan is. You know, I think Alan is it several months younger than Dolores?
Something like that. They're,
Yeah,
they're close
you
in
know,
age, so they're old. They're real old. Steve is
yeah.
old.
Well, what's he now?
59.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which means that Chuck is mid-60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's that what they're hoping. You know, the state are hoping is that. Yeah, that's what I'd heard. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know the ins and outs of this Earl Avery stuff. I know that there was some blocking of Steve by Kayla, and obviously Kayla is Earl's daughter, so you know it could be that there's been some fallout over that.
I stay away from all that drama, but it always finds some way to get to me.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hi there, Jeff. How you doing? Yeah,
Morning, Jeff.
absolutely. Yeah. If he had any evidence, I'm sure he would have spilled it. As it was, he was under 100 feet from the burn pit. Didn't see or smell anything. Absolutely. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Earl has had outbursts like this before, and Ma would shut it down. What have we got next? I think the mess started with Carla's GoFundMe. These are at times they can be problematic, aren't they? You know, trying to raise money to help.
Yeah.
They can be problematic. You know, and also of course over here we had that ridiculous story from somebody that Jane had died of an overdose. You know, I mean, just just trying to create sensationalistic news. Um, but again, even things like that can be problematic. You know, I even had somebody criticise me for the title of that particular video. And another I don't know if you found this, Milbillie. I find one of the problems is that when you're simply typing a message to somebody and they're responding back and forth, sometimes you don't get the full effect of that of if you like the tone. You know, you can sort of misinterpret
Oh yeah.
slightly the
Oh yeah.
tone of what's being said. You know,
Definitely. That's why texting is never a good idea.
no,
Because
yeah,
you may come off trying to be funny, and they may take it a completely different way. And next thing you
yeah.
know, you're fighting for no reason
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I even had one person get in touch with me that had fallen out with me and called me a bad name and said, you know, in this video from about 3 years ago, you mentioned my name, you know, and then rather than just say to me, you know, I would like it removed, it was like I've reported it to Facebook, you know, that you must, you know, shut that video down, you know. And it's like, if that's a problem, I'll just edit it. So I'll just edit it out the name. It wasn't difficult to do, was it? You know. You can just delete that little portion of the. You're tired, pal, because it must be coming up for 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm good though.
And let's have a look at some of the chat here. Jeff, are you doing great? Glad to hear that, Jeff. Corey having a scream up because Jane did not respond quickly enough. Yeah, yeah. It's. I haven't heard anything more of the how Jane is doing, one way or the other. So I'm the last I heard was that Diane or and Sharon, either of them, if they heard anything, they would let us know. We haven't heard anything, so presumably they haven't heard anything, and well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Looking forward. This sighting of Bobby by Thomas Sawinski.
Mm-hmm.
Becca, in a live chat with Pete Dassey, recently said something that she thought it could be a misidentification. It could be somebody that looks a bit like Bobby. Do we have any photos at that time of Bobby and Mike Osmondson as a comparison?
No. Oh.
No. I'm just sorry. Yeah.
There's maybe a few, but
yeah,
majority of the photos I was able to find years ago, you can't find them anymore. And after my computer was, I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but
yeah,
I lost a lot of the images I had. I can't find them anymore.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just remember that one documentary series that covered a popular high school football player who was accused of having messed with a really young kid, like a 4 or 5-year-old.
Yeah,
and it was somewhere in I believe it was like somewhere in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, the police immediately honed in on him, and it was pretty shocking. Some of the police in it, the lack of doing a proper investigation, and it transpired that this lad was staying in a friend's house for various reasons, and the son of the actual owners of the house, he was strikingly similar in appearance. So
there's a case in Ohio. Family's daughter goes missing, and they suspected the neighbor. They had the search dogs come in, and the cadaver dogs hit on his burn barrels.
Right.
They arrest him, take him to trial. He's acquitted. They tried trying him again. He's then acquitted again. Long story short, it was the father's brother that did it.
Right.
They almost sent the wrong guy to prison.
Yep. Because they weren't, doing the proper investigation. I mean, I appreciate at times police work can be very difficult,
Yeah, but it's just funny. The cadaver dogs hit on his burn barrels. There was never anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
She was found nowhere near the property.
Yeah. I mean, these dogs are good, but can they get things wrong? Of course they can. That was one of the episodes, wasn't it, of the like an Innocence Project film that I watched recently. Remember, there was the case of the Exhibit A. That was it, Exhibit A. Remember the bloke that was 6'3" tall,
mm-hmm.
and the guy that robbed the store was like 5'9" or something,
Mm-hmm.
And yet this video expert was able to say that that was definitely him. And if you remember, one of the other cases was of a dog that came across from the UK I think it was from a police force in London, and it sort of alerted to all these dead bodies. Well, of course, the house or the site that he was sniffing was actually on a cemetery, or at least there was a cemetery nearby. So it's.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty easy to to rush to judgment on one thing when you really need certain things to not be the bit of clinching evidence, but a little bit of a support of the evidence, if you've got other things as well. But anyway, yes, I would have to agree with this one. Mary. It is great to see you and have a chat with you. As I say, it's been a while. I've been very busy. I've been putting out a lot of the dudes videos, which has been interesting. Going back, as much as 3-4 years ago, and seeing what the dude was doing back then. So that's been good fun, and of course this dog has been keeping me horrendously active. I've lost about 3 stone already, so by the time I come back to Wisconsin, you won't recognise me. I'll be that skinny. Somebody has asked fairly, has anyone heard of who killed Johnny? I believe it's about Des Moines, LA paperboy who went missing in the 80s. Is that one you're familiar with? No.
There's been a case I've been researching, 1974 paperboy bombing of Larry Anstead. He was delivering newspapers November 7th of 1974. He observed a package placed on top of a 2-door Oldsmobile, and when he picked the package up, it exploded and it killed him. It was meant for my dad's friend.
Yeah, I remember you've mentioned this one before. So how's that been going? Have you managed to unearth?
Yeah, I've uncovered a lot of things, but talking to my dad's friends and stuff, I was advised to stay away from it.
Yeah. Wow. Is that like a red flag then? Is that like, there's something that somebody doesn't want people to know about?
Well, there's been 7 people murdered and 2 people have disappeared, dropped off the face of the earth. This all happens between 1973 and 86.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that one. Yeah, Mary. Yes, the Madeleine McCann case, and Sean, the wizard, has said, the Portuguese police swore blind that Madeleine died in the flat. How do they look now? Also, there was the classic case, wasn't there, of a FBI fingerprint expert that claimed that somebody in America was the Madrid bomber, that they'd managed to match the Madrid bomber fingerprints to somebody in America. Nothing at all to do with him. It was just, as I say, that's the problem, isn't it? If you just look at one piece of evidence in isolation, it can cause you to go, there could be a perfectly good explanation, but to go completely off track, you really need, that bit of evidence plus others. You need supporting evidence to come to certain conclusions. Listen, mate, I've got a pupil very shortly, and in about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna have to say cheerio, and let's have a get together, maybe about in a week's time if you're available.
All right.
And hopefully we'll hear something soon about the Court of Appeals. And are we just waiting to hear what's happening with Andy Colburn's case?
There's a hearing scheduled, so.
All right. And do we know when it's scheduled for?
31st.
All right, excellent. And have you been able to get to follow it on? Was it Zoom that they were using before?
No, this is a phone conference, not a video.
All right. So, will there be any recording of that, or will this just be a sort of private, judge talking to the parties session?
We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, indeed, indeed. Um, well, I'd like to thank everybody that's commented on the side here. Thank you, Sean and Mary, Fairley, and Jeff. I'll say great to see Jeff. We must have a get together soon to discuss further things. Fairley, Jeff, Sean, Mary, Sean, Mary. I don't want to miss anybody. No, I think we've got everybody. Shout out to everybody for joining us. You're all great supporters, and as I say, I hope that that drama can be kept out of it, and that we can just concentrate on what we're trying to do, which is to advocate for for Zelna to do her biz, which she's doing. And yeah, unfortunately, they do grind slowly, but I'm always encouraged by a little soliloquy by Stephen Avery, where he talks about the fact that he's waiting. You wait, and then all of a sudden you're out of here.
Yeah. Look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that was a pretty weird
technicality.
Yeah.
They said that they weren't going to use something that they used in his civil trial and his criminal trial, and they did the exact opposite, and that's why he got released.
Yeah. And yet, what about that exact same scenario with Brendan? It's, it is bizarre. There was a quote that says, if you think that other cases and Cosby's case are all part of the same sort of a legal system, then it's like saying that all football matches are the same, when some are high school football matches, and then you've got the Super Bowl. They are so different, aren't they?
Yeah. There's just more on the line.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I must dash. Thanks again to everybody who's been in the chat. We've had a couple of people join us, Jazz and Eamon. Yeah. The RAV4 in pristine condition that had been used for 2 years. Yeah, that's been talked about. It wasn't, what was found was not the main key. It was indeed what they call the valet key. But then we could also spend ages talking about how many RAV4s were there, because there are definitely inconsistencies with that for some bizarre reason. Anyway, sorry.
Is Teresa really dead?
Yeah. I know it is pretty bizarre. But as I say, thanks, Milbillie. Go and get some sleep, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right.
Cheers, buddy.
Later.